Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Friday. All right, guys. Well, we have a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to the Real Housewives of Orange County. I don't know if you guys caught our hot, messy topics last night, but welcome back to Up and Adam channel 2. And well, hot, messy topics. That's today. This is just a cluster F. I feel like I'm so all over the place right now because not only did we get the Real Housewives of Miami part 2 of the reunion, which if Julia thought she gave a bombshell, Adriana definitely gave a bombshell. And then we also had the bullshit that was Real Housewives of Orange County, which we're about to get into. And then we have Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband getting arrested. And then we have Sheena, who's taking it to the podcast to like go after Lala for more shit. This is going to be interesting. Guys, smash the like button, comment, let us know where you're watching from, and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So I want to get into this because I think that this is pretty interesting. Um, did you watch OC last night? Now, finally, we have Katie Ginella who's making a return and leaks text messages involving Gretchen during a meetup that included Tamra. And Gretchen obviously is very frustrated and she questions why Tamra is allowed to say whatever she wants about Slade, but Slade can't challenge or question Tamra's actions. Um, okay. Now, Gretchen also claimed that Slade only becomes involved when the other women talk about him. I don't agree with that. I think that Slade is an honorary housewife in the eyes of the fans. I feel like that is how they perceive him. I mean, I'm Switzerland, so I don't have a dog in your fight, but it does seem really messy. And going back to like even when they did the virtual reality awards with Sheena on stage and Gretchen either in the green room or in the audience, and she was like, "Well, I don't know Gretchen to be a liar," and I'm like, "What the f- are you talking about?" She got caught lying about the whole hospital thing. Literally on the show, she gave us two different versions, which was a simple, "Did you go to the hospital or did you not?" It's a yes or it's a no. And then from that point, we also got her sharing the whole boy band potential affair situation, which was like technically just blame shifted over to Heather Dubrow and Emily Simpson. And that partially was why I didn't understand why Emily Simpson was even speaking with Gretchen yesterday on that episode. Because I would be like, girl, bye. I'm not talking to you about this shit. But it doesn't stop there. Obviously, we know about the leaked text messages with Gretchen, right? But then Gretchen and Slade decided to confront Tamra. Mm. When they decided to confront Tamra, and I'm just popping all over the place here, but when they decided to confront Tamra, what was funny about this was she literally was like, they walk up to her. It was after some line dancing. Donated, okay. Gretchen hears that Tamra has gotten dirt about Slade from Katie. She decided that she should confront Tamra with Slade there next to her. And then they beeline it towards Tamra. Tamra runs away. And Gretchen yells after Tamra, "Run, bitch, run!" Which does not sound, well, it doesn't sound very Christian like, girl. It sounds like you might have had a little bit too much fireball. Now, Tamara also feels like the group is antagonizing her, but she is mad that Eddie flipped them off. And Tamara knows that Gretchen brought Slade along to confront her for attention, and she called the couple trash. And I think that she was pretty happy to leave the event. And for Gretchen, I think that she's wondering why Tamara can say whatever she wants about Slade, but Slade, again, cannot ask Tamara what happened. Gretchen thinks that Slade only gets involved because the women talk about him. And even when she talked to Emily And Emily, like, it was a shit show. Emily told Gretchen that it was aggressive to confront Slade the way that she did. And even when Emily explained that despite their issues, she's moved on with Gretchen, she ran right over to Gretchen to let her know that Tamara met up with Katie, which a lot of fans felt like that was a shit stir situation. And Shannon, which really shocked me, claimed that Tamara is obsessed with Gretchen, which I feel like added more fuel to the fire. I don't understand what the whole purpose or point of any of this was. I'm like, you don't like her. You don't like her. I understand that we're all getting a paycheck. This is all a job for everybody. But like, we can also see as fans, especially after the pandemic, because the pandemic gave us too much time in front of the TV to understand, dissect, and be able to really explain to ourselves as viewers what the producers are trying to do when they storyboard this shit. Gretchen and Slade are clearly pot stirrers. We'll say that. Now, Tamra is a pot stirrer, but Tamra also owns her shit. There's a difference. One is owning their shit, one is not owning their shit. So I think that is the difference. There's not like a clear balance here. But then you have Emily Simpson who's getting, annoyed with this whole conversation with Gretchen when really, in all actuality, you should have never sat down with Gretchen to begin with, because at the end of the day, after you sat down with Gretchen, or when you sat down with Gretchen, it was after Gretchen threw you and Heather under the bus, claiming that you were such a big, like, integral part of claiming that Tamra Judge had some sort of affair with a boy band member. So why are you sitting down with her? None of this to me makes sense. And then really, really at the end of this, like with Katie claiming that she has text messages and she has proof and receipts. Proof, receipts, timeline. Oh, that fucking hurt. I had my ring. When she's claiming all of that, I agreed with Heather Dubrow last night on Watch What Happens Live, because she said, listen, I want to scroll up and down. I want to see the start of those text messages, and I want to see the end of those text messages. I want to know how they started, who was the person who really activated this conversation, and how did it progress, and is there anybody who's innocent, or were you both just fueling each other, and then finally you guys just decided to pull the trigger and throw each other under the bus? All great questions. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And as far as all of this, by the way, Tamra Judge and what happened with the whole Heather Dubrow not being in attendance, just to let you guys know, um, Heather was invited, but she had a scheduling conflict. It was her family day for her daughter's college, which means that she could not attend. Not a big story. Pop off, smash the like button. We'll see you later. Love you.